Get our goddamn water sorted out. Well, we could go to the Nightmare Realm now, but there's a bit more we can do anyway, so... Yep, there's a drought, so that's why it's hard to find water. Even though there was evidence that at one point it was a flood, so he's still though. I think the last blocks I'm looking for are in here. I haven't looked in here close enough, really. Even though those letters suggest A through F. Yeah, we can figure out a few characters from this site. That's a G, obviously, but I still have not found the G goddamn block. But I think there's only one block I spotted in here. I didn't really look closely enough, especially for how important these blocks are. But still, though, I find it funny that I've known what G and R are for a long time, and I keep getting mixed up whenever I read them because the G looks like an R to me. But yeah. There was only one block I spotted in here, though, and that was Z. There it was. Let me crouch a bit more and look a little bit closer, though. I feel like there's just a few, like an area with a few blocks that I either spaced on or I'm just forgetting. The Circus of Sands. Simpson. Just kind of glancing around to see if there's any other blocks around these rooms as we pass by them. Remember where the blocks were. We could solve all the puzzles here and continue, but I also want to read the notes that we've passed by previously. That was a Q. This was a U. That was a W. I'll pour the water here while I'm here until it doesn't matter if I pour the water right now. It's just whenever I go to sleep that'll make a difference. Put the water on it. Now let the flowers grow. Yeah. I think we've actually filled out all the blocks in this room, but I'm making sure there's like nothing, because they can be kind of hidden sometimes. So yeah, home, sweet, ABC, Plan K, JV, Y. Is there any inside the bathroom? To be fair, I don't think I really looked. Yep, the D on the floor was actually the D. Reason we got mistaken there, but still though. No letters there. I mean, I guess technically the only letters I'm not really figuring out are R and G. And unfortunately they look kind of like each other, so that's what's throwing me off there, but I could probably read most of the notes in the game at this point. Okay. I'm not gonna do it. I want all the blocks too, though. It's just the thing, but you feel like they'd have to be somewhere around here. I mean, I guess we can continue looking and see if we spot any blocks as we go on through. Dear Mrs. Jiggins? Is her name really Jiggins? Or no, it'd be Riggins. No, wait, what is that? That'd be Mr. Riggins. This letter is in response to your inquiry regarding the scope of their protection afforded to whistleblowers and whether you could qualify as a whistleblower. Under the law of this jurisdiction, from what you have conveyed to me, I believe you would be protected under the letter of the law. Okay, however, given the recent political climate, there have been several cases of individuals whose deserved protection but The government found reasons to deny them protection for political reasons. From our preliminary investigations conducted by our investigation team, it appears that there are indeed violations of several environmental laws occurring on an ongoing basis, putting the entire region at risk. My advice is for you to go public with your information, and myself and my colleagues are ready to defend you to the fullest extent provided under the law. However, I do warn you that it will be difficult to battle with many risks. I also just noticed that the text is actually not on it. It's like it's 3D to it, but still though. It sincerely seems correct to me, but I'm not a lawyer expert. I just know that sincerely is usually used commonly here. So anyways, though, I already read the first part of this, so I'm just going to reread the second page here. What are my ethical obligations to my supervisors, to the people working under me, to my community, to myself? I have worked so hard to get where I am. It has been a long road to get to become the assistant manager of operations in my department. I am sure many would kill for my job because I get paid more and I have more opportunities for future promotions. Does that all mean I should just do what my supervisors want me to do and not say anything about all the problems that I see? Andy Dwight. I can't walk out here. You have too bright for me. Let's investigate this then. Secrets to Being a Powerful Leader by Bulford Duke. It's like we literally have almost... to be fair, there's a few other characters that we don't figured out. Like, we don't have X figured out yet. But yeah. Now, there were notes all the way back at the beginning, too, that we couldn't read originally, so... Leave the hall lights on. Management. To my big sister, Sabrine. Or I guess it's Sabine. I hope this letter finds you. Don't well settled into your new apartment and your new job. I missed getting letters from you while you were on your long trip to the village. I am looking forward to hearing all about it. I hope that was everything we hoped it would be. Love always, your little brother, Josh. Or Tosh, I guess is literally his name. So we have both J and T already figured out. Read down through there. Here's a few books to glance at. Introduction to the Science of Sleep by Sigmund Clay. Peaceful Drift, a collection of poems about sleep and renewal. I'm a Cat and You're Not by Robin. Of course. Glancing on through. Let's say books there immediately to pick up. The Light. There's a note here I could read. Dear Tosh, thank you so much for your letter. It was so nice to have a piece of you here with me as I try to get comfortable in my new place. I have been babysitting a little boy that lives on my floor. He reminds me so much of you as a little kid. We have been playing with blocks and with letters on them, just like the ones you used to have. My trip was amazing. The months went by very fast. It took me a long time to find the village. It was in an even more remote location than I had expected. They really are creating something new. I guess it'd be refuge from the crazy world. They are renovating their own power, or revenant their own power with solar panels and wind turbines, and they are growing all of their own food. There are fruits, vegetables, herbs, and let's see, and I guess that'd be like guans or grains flowing all over the place, and every spare inch of soil, even on rooftops and the sides of the dwellings. The most amazing thing was how hopeful everyone was. It felt so safe, and for the first time since we were kids, I felt hopeful for a better future. I barely slept at all last night. I was tossing and turning for hours. I couldn't stop thinking about my new job. It is so awful here. There is so much destruction and pollution. The air is thick with smog and toxic dust. People say we are helping to provide energy, but I think there has to be a better way. I just want to earn enough money so I can just leave this place. One nice thing did happen today. For lunch, I sat with one of the other workers that happens to live in my floor. Coincidence? I think not. He was such a nice guy. He told me about his family and how he hopes that this place isn't too dangerous for his child. Like me, he hopes to earn enough money at this job to be able to leave and move to someplace better. I told him about my insomnia, how I can't sleep because I'm overcome with worries, about how bad things are. He was so understanding and nice to talk with. I wish he and his family lived next door to me instead of my current neighbors. The Bachelor. He's so loud all the time with his parties and dates, making it even harder for me to fall asleep. Journal entry. Let's go on through. Cross on over to the left. All the rooms we'd previously gone through. No books there to read. Remember, there wasn't too much here, but there is this. We are separated now, as she said, but I still have years of memories of her, memories of good times past. I still dream of her every night, but where the dreams end and the memories begin sinks to the abyss of everyday obscurity. Now only a few things still linger as a reminder that some part of it was real. The hardest part is letting the memories blend together into my dreams. The saddest part is The saddest part is losing the details as the memories become only stories. It's like losing years of myself. Okay. Dress for romance. Crossing on through, there's obviously this other book here. The History of Sab. S-A-A-B. Let's glance on through to the next area. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Willow, we have received your completed application to adopt a child, and we have received confirmation for the inspectors that you passed your interview and background checks. And yeah, there you go. Background checks, right. I thought there was a space there, but it's not. Congratulations. There is waiting list of other applications, and your application will be added to the queue. The average wait time is 6 to 9 months. On behalf, that's like fantasy. On behalf of the, I guess the agency, I thank you for wanting to open up your home to care for a child in need. Please contact my office if you have any questions. And there's a big old one. Regards, no blah blah social workers. That's all I need to know. From there to here. When there's a lot of G's and R's together at once, it gets me all confused because they look a bit similar. They look different enough, but when I'm just sort of skim reading, they look quite similar. Now then, to my love, happy anniversary. These past few years together have been a dream come true. I am so excited to get to have a family with you. I know things have been hard with our jobs. Excuse me, I have to rub my eyes again. In the dark and all that. Jobs here, but I know together we can do anything, and we can even create a loving home in this hard place. So many children have been abandoned because of the dangerous conditions and violence in this region, and I know we can provide a loving home so that at least one of these children will no longer be alone in the scary world. I know some of our family members don't support our decision, but we have to do what is in our hearts. There may be stories of adoption that result in heartbreak, but there are many more stories filled with smiles and happiness. I love you, and I am so excited about the next exciting chapter of our lives. Yours truly, Elliot Willow. This paper here I could read? Nope. On to the next area. All the books have been story related. They're obviously all tied into everything. Going on to the next. Let's glance around this area again. Was there any? I know there's a lot of pictures in here. Not there. New times. The energy boom shows no signs of slowing down. The District Energy Commission released a statement showing energy production is at all-time high with projections of increased production throughout the coming year. Stocks in production energy transmission industries are similarly high. Several environmental and community organizations, however, continue to express warnings that the Energy Commission could shift energy production to more renewable and less hazardous sources. Classified. Like reading comics, love drinking milkshakes, come on down to Super Shakes. Life is beautiful. You are beautiful. No, don't look back, move on. Okay, and then Twin Support Services. There's one more note, which I think was in here. It's one of these. There it is. Be careful, as sometimes the filing cabinets will tip over if the top drawer is open and the bottom drawers are empty. The top drawers lock on all filing cabinets uses the same formula to the combination. Here are the instructions to reset the combination. Turn shackle 90 degrees on shackle is aligned with notch and lock body. Press and hold the shackle down. Set the dials of your combination by aligning the middle numbers of the stripe. Let's see, left, and return the shackle to closed position. Scramble the dials to lock. So those are the notes through there. I think there's some more notes in here. New times. Complaints of lack of safety enforcement. Members of the Fight for Clean Air community organization are collecting anonymous complaints from district workers about violations of safety regulations. A spokesperson for the group explains that maintaining the workers' anonymity is crucial to making sure that they are not fired from their jobs, otherwise put in jeopardy for voicing their concerns. Complaints demonstrate widespread violations of safety regulations in all sectors, including manufacturing and mining. I lost my owl in the woods while I was searching for money. If you've seen it, contact me. Slow-witted sidekick to assist with evil schemes. Oh dear. Life is beautiful. You are beautiful. No. I think these are, I think I know what those messages are, why they don't make too much sense there. The advertisements, I think, are probably Kickstarter messages. New times. Explosion may be worse than previously estimated. That's the explosion that we saw earlier. Still, though. The explosion at the Northwest Power Plant earlier this month may have been worse than previously estimated. The explosion, which was thought to have killed 19 workers and injured dozens more, was caused by malfunctioning valve in the cooling tower. New reports indicate there were additional workers killed in the blast that are being uncovered in the ongoing construction of the tower is classified. To you, I'm sorry. I wish I could love you, but I just can't. Sincerely, me. Wanted lizard minion skin shoot provided. Beeping and working with children. Celebrities desirable, but not necessary. Listen to John C. Names there. Official warning. Failure to evacuate during a real emergency results in health impacts, coma, sensitivity to sunlight, muscle weakness, bubbling over the skin, narcosis. Yep. Lizard minion fun. Memorandum summary of recent settlement amounts. This list contains the case names and settlement amounts for the cases involving personal property, injury due to pollution, or violation of environmental safety laws settled within the past year. All of these are confidential and have not been disclosed to the public. And then you got a lot of money summaries. Yeah. Let's go on to the next. I feel like the messages are Kickstarter thing, because remember this game was funded. I funded it, but not for that much to get a message there, but still though. Let's move on to the next. I'm gonna cross over. This door over here is still locked, I noticed. This is the door that I thought I was going to unlock, but then it led me back around, so curious. Yep. I saw a sun sensitivity thing, because, you know, I'm definitely sensitive to the sun. And extreme darkness. Now, then we get to the area that we're about to loop ourselves back here now. Bring up the notes around here. Daily Beat. Debate continues over subsides for energy sources. This legislator continues to debate whether the federal government should continue to subsidize traditional sources of energy or whether the subsidy should shift to supporting alternative energy sources. Industry leaders from the coal and oil industries testified at a multi-house hearing asking for continued financial subsidies to their industries, including to further develop technology to dig deeper wells, reach harder to reach energy deposits, and build pipelines for faster transportation of energy. Testimony from the public and new alternative energy companies asserted that new technologies to utilize renewable energy sources are more deserving of subsidies and will result in greater benefits for security, public health, and environmental protection. Vote no on Proposition 5847592. Keep our company town private. This proposition could replace our industry with cities that have elected citizens. Industry knows better than the people. Don't give the people the right to control our town. Sneaking spouse, pillified portrait, maybe missing monkey. Visit what? Grateful Dead tickets for on sale. See David at the something shop. Now then, let's glance on over these. The Circus of Sands. Just a few more to glance through. The Swabs. I guess it'll be the Swabs. Log from Liberty. Angels of Men. Looks fine. City of Roses. That's always part of the fun. Now then, just a few more things to glance at, and then just have to do these last couple things. Before the nightmare, I'm going to turn on the elevator. Okay, so what does this note say? Elevator breaks instructions. Follow these carefully or the elevators will not work. I don't know why, it's just really bad wiring, I guess, but I found this is how it works. First, make sure all the brakes are off. Then, in this order, turn C on, flip A and B on, then turn C back off. I wouldn't have guessed this just by guessing. Turn C on, flip A and B on. Let me see. First, I'll make sure they're all off. They're all off. So turn C on. Left is on and right is off. Okay. Does that work for the elevators? Well, I guess I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I know. This doesn't make too much sense, but hey, is what it is. Faulty wiring is the excuse, I guess, there. Dear Shane, how am I really doing? Well, the truth is, I know I have been here for over a year now, but I still don't think I will ever get used to this place. I miss the beauty of our family farm more and more. I think I read this already. Yeah, I did already read that. Maria, congratulations on your promotion. That's so neat. You have been working so hard, and I am so glad they finally are rewarding you for it. But how are you feeling? Lately, you've been telling me about work and how dire the operations are getting there. I worry about you all the time and whether you're holding up okay. We received your latest money transfer. Thank you. I think we are I guess it'll be going. Yeah, it'll be going to use the money to fix the fences around the parts of the farm that are still getting enough water to be fruitful. We worry that as things continue to get worse, some people might try to steal our crops. I have been talking to some of our harvesters what little we can spare down to the homeless shelter as often as I can, but they still need so much more. We miss you all the time, Shane. Going out through there, I'm gonna go to the bed over there and finally go to the nightmare scenario, but one more thing to read, which I think is in here. Science Fiction Shorts Volume 3. Dear Jessica Faston, the short story written competition is quickly approaching, and we'd hope you submit an entry this year. We very much enjoyed your submission last year, and we're looking forward to what you have been working on lately. Random story idea notes. If a robot inventor invented a machine that could make anything that started with the letter N, what would the machine create when asked to create nothing? Huh. I just think it wouldn't make anything. It'd just be like, okay, don't use any resources, because if you use any resources, then you're making something. So the result to make nothing would just be nothing. I think we're good. Time to fucking lay in this bed again, finally. Let's go to the nightmare world. Nightmare world to go. I can walk out on the balcony here for a moment, but I hope the lights and all that are on. I need to go to, I think it's the elevator, before we get consumed by the darkness here, so... Here we go, the elevator's on. Throw into the elevator, sir. Well, that was easy, because I already solved the elevator puzzle, so... Didn't have to dodge darkness for too long. Let's go through here and enter inside the elevator, I guess, which has a further way down with this. What if I just dropped off? I can't do it. Okay. Let's climb on down then to the bottom floor. If one must climb down. Ooh. You have to admit this area looks very pretty. Quite the heck. What? I'll put that back. I feel like there's a puzzle with this here, probably. Alright, looks like there's water, though. Can I just bucket it up? Is water supposed to run down here or something? I have the right idea, it seems, but still, though. It obviously needs a statue head. Am I gonna figure out who these are statues of? We'll get back to that, seems. Hello, sir. Looks like we need one more statue head anyway. There's more pillars. There are at least 2 more statue heads. I need to figure out the order for these. I'm not going to move them right now because I don't exactly know what I want to do with them. Daily Beat. Plans for more company housing unveiled. Plans were announced to build more company housing throughout the region. Industry executives that would be taught the existing houses as a success, claiming it enabled late-scale attraction of to the area. Similarity to the existing company housing, the new buildings will have indoor amenities so occupants can spend more time indoors to avoid breathing outdoor air pollution. Amenities include indoor gymnasiums, community rooms, and libraries. That's the type of... I was wondering earlier what type of house we're in, because some of the stuff, it looks like an apartment, but there's rooms that don't really seem like that. So it's supposed to be housing for something so people can just stay indoors to avoid pollution. According to Director of Housing Initiatives, Julie Wilkinson, our buildings lead to, I guess, greater employee satisfaction and connects the company with all aspects of employees' lives, decreasing the chance for labor unrest, union, or agonizing other problems. And the more these say, not sure what's real anymore. Nightmares haunt you in your dreams, losing your slip on reality. Call Dr. Nick today. Oh boy, I should probably consult that doctor, but it seems like everyone's missing for some reason. Alright, seeking, stairs in the night sky to the shining light. Yep, and then something in French. Well, we're definitely on the first floor, we can tell that just by looking here. Announcement: the schedule for evacuation drills has been increased. Evacuation drills will now be held once a month. These drills are mandatory for safety purposes. Failing to evacuate during a real emergency will result in negative health impacts, probably death. Stay calm, no running, do not search for missing individuals. They'll do a final inspection. Do not exceed elevator maximum or occupancy. Take notes of the location of emergency equipment. And of course we can open this, but we need to open it with an axe. Will this open? Can I open this elsewise? Guess not. It's just not opening right now. You know what? I have a theory. I have a goddamn theory. I need a light to confirm this theory. This is probably not going to work, but I'm going to try it. Can the other elevator shaft open and have a way to go up? If I can still fall asleep, I predict I need to open up both drawers, because maybe there's something which I can get above me also. Maybe not, though. But if the bed's all stained in... Yeah, the bed's all stained in ruin, I can't use it anymore. Which means it's not up here. All I need to figure out is probably down below me, then. Trying to work it out and think about it. Let's go back down and see if we can piece it together. Hey. Actually, before we continue, it's been way over an hour since we